Here we are at the last Naruto game, and fittingly enough, it's one that combines features and characters from past games. Think Generations 2.0, except this time, it wasn't as well received. At least, that's the common consensus I've seen. I've never played it myself, so I'm looking forward to seeing what makes it so divisive. This game has 45 trophies, consisting of getting an S rank in every history and special story battle, getting 5 characters to level 30, and playing a bunch of survival. There's the usual miscellaneous trophies as well, plus some titles I'll have to grind out. Haven't seen that since Storm Generations. History mode is basically the story mode of the game, so we'll start there. This covers the entirety of Naruto from part 1 to Shippuden. It plays like Generations did, with cutscenes in between battles telling the story. There's 8 chapters in total, with each covering a few arcs. The first is Genin training, which starts with the bell exercise. The immediate difference I notice about this game is there's no chakra shuriken. It's instead replaced by a second jutsu, usually a ranged one. Using both of these gets me the first trophy for using both ninjutsus twice each in a single match. Like I said at the beginning, I need to get an S rank on each history mode fight. To do that, I need to finish each fight with at least 90% health left. Luckily, I don't need to do the bonus objectives, but I still will for a different trophy later on. After each fight, any characters that were on my team get XP. Their levels mean nothing game-wise and only show how much I've played a certain character. Next stop, the Land of Waves. In my battle against Haku, I use a ninjutsu during a combo and get a trophy for performing a ninjutsu combo. I'm surprised I didn't do that against Kakashi. After I beat Haku, I also get a trophy for leveling up a character for the first time, in this case being Naruto. In the next battle against Zabuza, I get another trophy for winning a battle with an ultimate jutsu. That is 3 trophies in under 5 minutes. Better enjoy it while I can, since it'll be a minute before I get more. From here, I go through the tuning exams without too much trouble. I get caught lacking a few times, but nothing a quick restart can't fix. This chapter ends with the Leaf Destruction arc and a boss fight against Shukaku. This fight is a pain. Remember how I said I need to finish each fight with 90% health left for an S rank? A single hit from Shukaku is enough to knock me below that. There's also 2 QTE phases, but those aren't an issue at all. The first one specifically, I probably have the inputs memorized for from how many times I've had to do it. The actual big threats are his fists he slams down. Many times I try to dash away, but Naruto instead goes into them. Jumping normally isn't enough to get away, so I have to rely on dashing. He also has Sand Shuriken and Air Bullets, but both of those are easily dodgeable, or in the case of the Shuriken, blockable. After failing for 30 minutes, I try a new strategy of chakra dashing away from his fists. This is definitely the best way to do this. As soon as I see that fist coming down, I'm out of there. This was the only thing stopping me, as now, I'm flying through this fight. After doing the last QTE, I finally finish this fight and get the trophy for completing chapter 1. I'm seriously hoping no other fight takes as long as that did. Chapter 2 covers the second half of part 1, starting with the Tsunade Search arc. This chapter isn't that long, as we start with the fight against Itachi as Sasuke, then jump all the way to the end of the arc. What's strange about this fight is I don't have Rasengan. I still have the other jutsus from the beginning. Definitely a weird choice, considering this is meant to be the premiere of Naruto using it. For the Chasing Sasuke arc, we're going to skip everything about the Sound 4. They're only shown in a few quick pictures, then forgotten about. The first fight I have here is against Kimimaro, where now I can use Rasengan. Okay, maybe it was a design choice. The last fight of this chapter is of course against Sasuke. It's only one phase this time, with no Force Awakening fight like in Storm 1. After I finish this fight, I get the trophy for completing chapter 2. I don't know if it's just me, but damn did they rush part 1 Naruto. Only 12 fights between 2 chapters, and they skipped so many of the good ones. Both of the last arcs only got 2 fights each. Maybe I'm being extra since I prefer to Shippuden, but I was disappointed with how part 1 was handled here. Chapter 3 starts Shippuden with another bell test against Kakashi. During this fight, I combo Kakashi enough and get a trophy for landing a 50-hit combo. While in Storm 2, this was a boss fight, here, it's split up into 2 different fights. It's still treated as a boss fight though, with a huge health bar and QTEs. Luckily, he's nowhere near as unfair as Shukaku was. After this, I jump into a fight against Deidara, then 2 back-to-back fights against Sasuke. This was also a boss fight in Storm 2. Maybe they're splitting bosses into 2 fights, so as not to have one long fight. It does make getting an S rank easier at least, since the fight's over sooner. The last fight of the chapter is against Kakuzu. He was also a boss in Storm 2, but here, he's only one fight. I guess they just pick and choose. He is in awakening mode though, which does catch me a few times. I just spam Rasengan since it's apparently the best move in the game. It's impossible to dodge according to Kakuzu. After I finish this fight, I get the trophy for completing chapter 3. Chapter 4 starts with Sasuke taking on Orochimaru before leaving the hideout and forming Hebi. Then he finds Deidara and wants info on Itachi, so we fight him too. After I beat him, we switch off Sasuke for a bit. Itachi confronts Naruto for a quick fight, and Jiraiya goes after the leader of the Akatsuki. Both of these fights aren't hard, so let's skip to probably the hardest fight since Shukaku, Sasuke vs Itachi. Like the other fights before, this old boss from Storm 2 is split up into 2 fights. The first half is easy, as it's just a normal fight against Itachi. The second half is where he gets his Susanoo. It doesn't matter what game this fight's in, it'll always be a pain. Like with Shukaku, any single hit from the Susanoo is enough to knock me under 90%. So if I get hit by anything, it's an instant reset. The biggest issue is definitely the giant sword. He tosses some boulders at times, but those are easy to dodge. Most of the time at least. The sword comes down a lot and has a deceivingly big damage zone. I jump away from it and still get hit. Like, hello? I'm nowhere near it. This wasn't a one-time thing by the way. It happened a few times. While this fight didn't take me as long as Shukaku did, it still took about half that, which is still too long. We have one more fight with Sasuke against Killer Bee, then switch back to Naruto. Now it's time for the big fight against Pain. And when I say big, I mean it. This old boss is split into 3 fights, one for each phase. None of them are too bad thankfully, since none are giant fights. The second fight has me playing as the Ninetales, but I can just spam Chakra Gun Volley from a distance. After I finish the final fight against Pain, I get the trophy for completing chapter 4. Chapter 5 starts at the 5 Kage Summit after Sasuke has snuck in. I have 3 fights here back to back as Sasuke against A, Gaara, and Danzo. The first 2 are taken down easily, but Danzo gives me some trouble, mainly because he keeps dodging my ultimate jutsu and punishing me off it. After I beat Danzo with enough health left, Naruto shows up and I switch to him for a fight against Sasuke. It's another easy fight that I win flawlessly. The last fight of this chapter, yup, this was a shorter chapter when it comes to fights, is a boss battle against the Ninetales, the same one from Storm 3. This time, it's split into 2 fights like with other boss battles. It's still another giant boss though, so I'm sure it'll be a pain to S rank. By default, I start with the 8 tails as support, so that's helpful. Just like with every other giant boss, a single hit from the Ninetales is enough to knock me below 90% health. So expect a lot of resetting. The Ninetales has a move, similar to Shukaku, where he damages a large section of the stage. Unlike before, I can't seem to chakra dash out of it, since even if I hold back, Naruto will dash forward. Maybe because the Ninetales is above me, so the game doesn't know which direction I want to go? I basically need to hope I'm near the edge of the circle when he's jumping, so I don't get hit. After I take out his first health bar, I lose the 8-tail support. I figured, since that's how it worked in Storm 3. After a few more hits, the first cutscene starts when the fight ends. I must have been at like 90% health exactly if I still got an S rank. I got lucky here for sure. In the second half of the fight, I have Kushina as support, which definitely makes this fight easier. With the Ninetales chained down, he can't hit me with any cheap attacks. I finished this fight flawlessly on my first try. Huge difference from the first half where I was resetting every few seconds. After I steal the Ninetales chakra, I get the trophy for completing Chapter 5. Chapter 6 starts with Naruto heading towards the battlefield when A gets in his way. Naruto is in awakening mode by default, so when I finish this fight, I get a trophy for winning a match while awakened. Then as Naruto, I have fights against Nagato, Madara, and Tobi. None of them give me much trouble since they're just normal fights. Naruto then goes tailed beast mode with Kurama, and I'm against some of the tailed beasts. Thankfully, it's only one fight and not multiple of them like in Storm 3. This fight is another one where any hit will knock me below 90%, so I'll be resetting quite a bit. All I need to do is spam my ninjutsu from far away and hope I don't get hit. That's the best way to S-rank this fight, as getting close almost guarantees I'll get hit. When the AI decides to play along and stay away, I S-rank this fight easily. The last fight of this chapter is Sasuke and Itachi against Kabuto. This is another old boss that's split into two fights. He's a lot more annoying than I originally thought he'd be. At least with Sasuke he is. Multiple times I need to reset from taking damage. It doesn't help that Kabuto has 4 health bars I need to go through. Most bosses that are split usually end halfway. While Sasuke took a few attempts, Itachi was done first try. After I finish this fight, I get the trophy for completing Chapter 6. Chapter 7 is all about Obito. In the first fight against him, I have Kakashi and Guy as supports. As the fight goes on, my team gauge increases until I'm able to do a team ultimate jutsu. I end the fight with it and get a trophy for winning a match with the team ultimate jutsu. Now we have a flashback to when Obito took on the 4th Hokage. Then go to an even further flashback of when the first Hokage fought Madara. This is from the beginning of Storm 4, and it plays the same way here, which means it's still a pain of a fight. The first half isn't that bad, minus a few resets, but the second half, where it's a kaiju fight, is where it gets difficult. Being close basically guarantees I'll be hit, but I have no way to deal big damage from far away, so I have to get close. I essentially need to get lucky and hope I don't get hit. Once we're back in the present, Obito becomes the 10th Tails Jinchuriki, and we have 4 fights against him. 3 of them are normal fights, which by now you should know, those are the easiest kind. Unfortunately, one of the fights brought back is this one. This was one of the more annoying fights in Storm 4, but because I've dealt with it not too long ago, I still remember the strategy. Long story short, I use Sasuke because with him, I can keep my distance and still do damage. Blocking is OP since there's no chip damage, so I just block until Obito leaves me an opening to attack. This is all I do for phase 1 until Naruto and Sasuke combine their awakenings. Fun fact I noticed is in this game, when I go into phase 2 with the combined awakening, I'm back at full health. In Storm 4, this wasn't the case. So I find it funny that in this game, they changed that. With that small boost of health, I'm able to S-rank this fight much easier than before. Although, the past experience with it did help a lot. After I beat Obito in the last fight, I get the trophy for completing Chapter 7. Chapter 8 is about the end of the 4th Great Ninja War. The first fight is surprisingly an original one to this game, with new characters Ashura and Indra. It doesn't have much effect on what's happening in the main plot, besides being one of the worst retcons I've ever seen. The next fight is against Six Paths Madara, and he is more of an issue than I thought he'd be. Every attempt, he seems to squeeze a few hits in, making me have to reset. Sometimes, I'm one ultimate jutsu away from winning, but he dodges 2 more of them and punishes me. Serves me right, I guess, for spamming an easily punishable move. What works for me is spamming a non-easily punishable move, this being the ninjutsu version of Rasen Shuriken. Madara just stays away the whole time, which makes this method so much easier. Black Zetsu uses Madara's body to revive Kaguya, the mother of the Sage of the Six Paths. For the final boss of the 4th Great Ninja War, she's a bit of a pushover. I beat her easily with no issue. Madara was way more of a threat. With the ninja war ended, there's only one fight left. The final battle against Sasuke at the final valley. Or in this case, it's 2 more fights. Since this game's doing that same thing of splitting an old boss into multiple fights. Unironically, Sasuke is kind of tough. He catches me with his ninjutsu or ultimate a bunch of times. I guess I'm sticking with Old Faithful and spamming Rasen Shuriken again. It worked so well before and still seems to be working just as good. The second fight is when we go through all ages and times Naruto and Sasuke fought, with a simple slugfest to end it all. From here, all I need to do is go through the animations, and when it finishes, I get the trophy for getting an S rank in every history mode battle. Then, after the last cutscene ends, I get the trophy for completing chapter 8, and the trophy for completing all of history mode. Next mode I'll do is Special Story. This is an original story that takes place during Boruto that honestly might be longer than history mode. It starts with Sasuke fighting what seems to be a mind-controlled Naruto. Like in history mode, I need to get an S rank in each battle here. It's done the same way as before by winning each match with 90% health left. Naruto himself is easy to get through, but when he goes Tailed Beast mode, that's when things get tough. It's another one of those fights where almost each hit will knock me below 90% health. He also has one final blast at the end that hits center stage, and if I'm anywhere near it, I'm getting hit. I'm just going to spam Fireball Jutsu and cheese the fight that way. After I finish this fight, I get a trophy for completing episode 0. In the Leaf Village, Boruto gets a new video game where player avatars are past Naruto characters. The event guide, Nanashi, sets up a beginner fight for us to take on. I can pick anyone I want for it, and I'll stick to adult Sasuke since I still think he's a busted character, at least against AI opponents. Later on, Boruto gets back on the game with Inojin and Shikadai to take on some missions. The only one we do is a fight against Zabuza, where I still pick Sasuke and absolutely destroy him. After this fight, and some cutscenes, I get a trophy for completing episode 1. During episode 2, I get introduced to missions separate from the main story. Consider these like side missions in a way. Each rank has 3 fights, so in total, there's 18 fights to get through. I need to complete the 3 fights in D rank to continue the story, but while I'm here, I'll just do them all. I need to get S ranks on these as well, so I'll pick Sasuke and start going through them. None of them give me any trouble, since they're just meant to be side fights. Halfway through, I switch to Sage Mode Naruto, so I can start leveling up someone besides Sasuke. He's just as easy, since I can spam Rasen Shuriken. After I win all 18 fights, I get a trophy for completing all special story missions, and a trophy for completing all special story missions with an S rank. Now I can continue with the main plot. Boruto gets the others to join the game, and Nanashi sets up another fight for us. Everyone feels suspiciously tired after playing, so I need to ask other players if they feel the same. They do, so we know something's up. Out of nowhere, the moon casts a Sharingan on it, and everyone who looked at it got a weird blemish on their hand. This ends the episode, and I get a trophy for completing episode 2. Back inside the game, there's a Kiseki gathering event happening. I need to collect these Kiseki by defeating a bunch of mysterious enemies back to back. After I do that, Nanashi is shown to actually be a bad guy by setting off a sort of mind control to Naruto and Shikamaru. Sasuke shows up to help, and we find out the ninja game everyone's been playing is actually a summoning-like jutsu that transports its user elsewhere. We decide to then go back in the game and grill Nanashi about it. She turns out to be more than just an event guide. She's an Uchiha. I have a fight against her before the episode ends, getting me the trophy for completing episode 3. Episode 4 is all about Naruto. Boruto goes through his father's memories, and I need to essentially replay a bunch of fights from history mode. When I lower their health a certain amount, I'll be thrown into the next match immediately. For young Naruto, the fights are Kakashi, Haku, Gaara, and Sasuke. Here's what sucks about these fights. If I'm on the last one and take too much damage and restart, I'm put back at the first fight. These 4 are considered a single fight together. I learned that the hard way. After these fights, I jump to Shippuden, where the fights are Kakashi, Sasuke, Kakuzu, and Pain in one set, Sasuke, again, Nagato, Madara, and Tobi in the next set, and Obito, Madara, again, Kaguya, and Sasuke, again for the 4th time, in the last set. The last fight of the episode is the same as the one that started this story. After I finish it, I get the trophy for completing episode 4. Episode 5 is Endgame. I have 3 fights against Nanashi, each harder than the last. The 3rd fight, she gets a power boost and shoots out a Matarasu like nobody's business. 1 hit from it and I need to reset. After I beat Nanashi 3 times, Naruto and Sasuke show up and have a fight against the big bad guy, Mers. I never brought him up because he's a lame bad guy. His only motivation is to continue Pain's ideology. How original. I'll of course immediately switch to Sasuke and win this fight easily. Mers had some artificial Sharingan eyes implanted and can siphon chakra from anyone with a blemish on their hand, including Naruto. That's probably all the chakra he needs, honestly. With all this chakra, he can summon his own Susanoo. He knocks Naruto and Sasuke down, so now it's all up to Boruto. This fight is the same as any other giant fight I've had to do. Most hits are enough to knock me under 90% health, and I'll need to get a bit lucky to dodge some attacks. I managed to beat him in only 10 minutes, which isn't that bad comparatively. So much for being a final boss. Oh, he's not done. I have one more phase that's even harder. I'm happy I have supports to do damage from afar, because getting close here is a death sentence. I must have been at 90% health exactly, because I did not think this was worthy of an S rank. I'm glad I'm done with it though, as I don't want to spend longer on it than I already have, which is about 20 minutes. After a bunch of cutscenes, I get the trophy for completing episode 5. Okay, I may have lied about that being the last episode. There's one more, appropriately called the actual final episode. This is an epilogue of sorts, where Boruto was able to change history. He can save Nanashi before the main plot happens. Boruto travels to the past and ends up near an Uchiha encampment. He gets captured and thrown in a jail cell. There's someone there with him who just so happens to be Nanashi. They escape together, but are hunted down by some of the Uchiha clan. Here's where the only fight is in this episode. As Boruto, I need to hold them off until Nanashi shows up to help. At first, these guys put up a hard fight since Boruto isn't that strong by himself. His best move to spam is Vanishing Rasengan, and it isn't even that good. He gets a huge power up from Nanashi though, so the next fight's a lot easier. Her being support is also a big help. Immediately after this fight ends, I get the trophy for getting an S rank in all special story mode battles. After some more cutscenes, I get the trophy for completing episode 6. This is the official end of special story. Next mode to hit up is free battle. The only mode I need to bother with here is survival. There's 3 different difficulties, each having a ton of opponents. Each set of fights will also have battle conditions, sometimes being handicaps. Throughout these survival matches, the team I'll be using is Adult Sasuke, Sage Mode Naruto, and Kakashi. I need to get them each to level 30, and this is the best time to start using them. The first survival is beginner with 15 opponents. Because it's beginner, these fights are all easy. I mainly just spammed Rasen Shuriken anyways. After I beat all 15 opponents, I get the trophy for completing beginner survival. Intermediate survival has 24 opponents, and it's honestly more of the same. Same characters, same strategy, same outcome. After defeating all 24 opponents, I get the trophy for completing intermediate survival. Advanced survival has over double the opponents at 52. With it being advanced, you'd think the fights would be tougher, but it's still mostly a cakewalk. The only time I was close to losing was against the 9th and last fight of the second to last survival. Sasuke went awakening mode and did a ton of damage. Then, for a solid 30 seconds, Naruto hangs on with 1 HP. He was refusing to die. It made me nervous because one mess up and I'm back at the beginning. The last survival's a lot easier, thankfully. After defeating all 52 opponents here, I get the trophy for completing Advanced Survival. It's at this moment I also get the trophy for collecting 1000 different items. I get items over time from playing the different modes, but where I get the most are from bonus objectives in History Mode and Special Story. This is why, even though I didn't have to do them, I still did to help get this trophy. While I just finished Survival, I'm still not done with it. Now I need to do Ultimate Survival. There's unlimited enemies, but I only need to defeat 10. 10 per difficulty, that is. As before, there's Beginner, Intermediate, and Advanced. I'll use the same characters and strategy since it's still just Survival. Going through these, I get the trophies for defeating 10 opponents in Beginner Ultimate Survival, Intermediate Ultimate Survival, and Advanced Ultimate Survival. Before I get to the more grindy trophies, I'll knock out some miscellaneous ones. First, I'll customize 6 Paths Naruto, then play as him along with Team 7 in a best of 3 fight. Now, I need to let the opponent damage me until I can use Awakening. When I use it, my whole team goes into Awakening. Winning the match like this gets me a trophy for defeating an opponent during a Linked Awakening. When I win the second round, I get a trophy for winning a best of 3 without losing a round, and a trophy for winning a match with a customized character. The other miscellaneous trophies are for winning a tournament and league. I can make them easier on myself by setting the difficulty to super easy. After a few matches, I get the trophies for winning a tournament for the first time and winning a league for the first time. Now for the trophies that'll take some time. A feature about this game is the encyclopedia. Each character has a few pages of info about them. I unlock a lot of them by just playing with that character 5 times. I need to unlock a few more pages for a trophy, but I'll combine that with another trophy I need. In Collection, there's titles I've unlocked by doing various conditions. At the moment, I've unlocked 25 of them. I need 100. Technically 101 since I started with 1 and need to unlock 100 of them. Each character has a title for getting them to level 5, and there's titles for doing Team Ultimate Jutsus with specific characters. To be efficient, I'm going to work on titles first, while using some characters I still need pages for. The place where I'll be doing all this grinding is Beginner Ultimate Survival. The matches are easy, never ending, and I can stop when I want to switch characters. Titles I'll prioritize are ones I can do together, like using a team of Sharingan users and characters from the Uchiha clan. I'll also use a Team Ultimate Jutsu with these characters each match. Some characters have special Team Jutsus and a title for using them 5 times. Even after playing 5 matches with these teams, I'll keep playing to get each character to level 5 for more titles. After a few hours of doing this, I only need one more page in the encyclopedia. I use a team of the Raikages 5 times, and that's enough to get me the trophy for unlocking 100 pages in the encyclopedia. I'm at the point now where I have 93 titles. Instead of combining titles like I've been doing for the past few hours, I'm going to start using characters I've never played as while getting a few of them to level 5. I'm doing this because there's a trophy for playing as 100 characters. Basically, anyone who's still level 1, I'm going to assume I've never used. After a half hour of doing this, I get the trophy for using 100 characters. Now, I'll just look at what characters I have close to level 5 and play as them. Once I level up 7 more characters to level 5, I get the trophy for collecting 100 titles. The only trophies left now are for leveling up characters to level 30. From the main team I've been using, Sage Mode Naruto is level 24, and Adult Sasuke and Kakashi are level 20. The best way to grind levels seems to be Ultimate Survival, but even then, it's a slog. I only get 100 or so XP per character per match. I get more XP the longer the match lasts, but it's not that much of a difference. I've spent an hour in Ultimate Survival and went on a 30 win streak, but my levels only went up by 1 or 2. Sasuke went up by 4 levels, but that's because I'm using him as the main fighter, so he gets a bit more XP. That's still an appalling amount of XP from an hour of fights. I've heard you get more XP from playing online, but also that the online is kind of dog water. Netcode wise, I mean. It's worth a try at least. At worst, I can go back to playing survival. Online matches are always best of 3, so I'll at least have 2 fights per opponent. I've just won 2 rounds back to back in my first fight, so let's see how much XP I get. Hot damn! 1000 XP? I even got 700 for the supports. Yeah, online is definitely the way to go. Unfortunately, I've noticed if I'm winning a little too much, they'll just quit. And then I don't get any XP. Yeah, that's definitely a downside of playing online. It barely happens though, so I still think this is my preferred method. Plus, just playing a Naruto Storm game online is fun. I haven't played one of these games online this much since Generations. A little over an hour of matches, and I'm already at level 30 with Sage Mode Naruto. This also gets me the trophy for leveling up 1 character to level 30. 4 more to go. My next highest level is Itachi, so I'll add him to the team. Another hour later, and now I have Sasuke at level 30. Plus, Itachi is already up 10 levels. I have a few characters who are level 7 I can choose next. I'll pick Tsunade because... come on. At the moment, Kakashi's level 28, and only a few matches later, he's level 30. Now it's up to Itachi and Tsunade. Unfortunately, picking Itachi as my only support doesn't get more XP for him, so I may as well have someone else helping me win. It's a new day I'm playing, and I think the servers are having an off day. Every person I play against is so laggy. I can only stomach a few matches of this before I can't anymore. And before you say it's my internet, it might be. I don't think so, since I didn't have issues with anything else, and the game played totally fine the next day. Since Tsunade and Itachi are still lowish levels, I'm stuck playing online for a few hours. Stuck is a mean word. I am having fun while playing. I'm trying to get them both to level 30 at about the same time, so one's not lagging behind. I'm doing a decent job since they're both the same-ish level going into 29. I switch off who I use as my main fighter the next few matches, and it looks like I'm 1 match away from them both hitting 30. 1 full match later, and I get the trophy for leveling up 5 characters to level 30. And of course, the platinum. According to the guide I used, this game should take around 40 hours to platinum. My PS5 says it took me 30 hours. Playing online to level up characters definitely saved me some hours, that's for sure. After playing through this game, I can see a bit why it's divisive. It cut out a lot of content in history mode, and the special story isn't much to write home about either. Gameplay wise, tilt attacks were removed, and I know players weren't happy about that. I get it's meant to be a side game, like Generations or Revolution, but those released only a year or 2 in between main games. Connections released 7.5 years after Storm 4, so I think it's fair to expect a bit more than what we got.